Introducing first.
Welcome to the Nosebleed Seats. I'm the mad conservative crime fighter. This weekend is two particular key shows. This is 01 Supreme, and we're going to be showing separate segments from Champaign, Urbana, and Rantoul, Illinois, where 01 USA will be running at Lincoln's Challenge in Rantoul, and coming to the ring is the near 400-pound monster, the Mississippi Madman. Ben Simon is leading the introductions for this particular match. Besides 01 USA happening in Rantoul on November the 3rd, there's Dreamwave running in LaSalle, Peru at the Knights of Columbus Hall. LaSalle, Peru, November the 3rd. Go dreamwavewrestling.com for that. Z1USA.com for 01. Your referee is Robert King, the referee of the year. So we're waiting for Ben Simon to introduce the combatants. Well, we're waiting for that. We have a guest color commentator in today. First time ever, Edward Hinkle. How are you doing?
Hey, good. Glad to be with you.
Now you want to confess something. You aren't real into the game of the professional wrestling.
I'm a newbie.
You're a complete newbie.
I'm a newbie, but I like his outfit.
Coming down to the ring, Homicidal Stephen Davis, the Central Illinois Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer.
He does not look happy.
No, he never looks happy. He's a very intense individual. And he's taking on a monster in the Mississippi Madman.
That's who's fighting here? That's the big guy?
Well, of course that's a big guy. Do you think he was going to fight? You think they were going to tag team?
Well, I'm not sure what's... because their outfits are real similar.
Introducing first, to my left, weighing 247 pounds from Chicago, Illinois, here is Homicidal Stephen Davis.
Who's the defending champion?
There's not a title on the line here.
Oh, okay. I got you.
From Olive Ranch, Mississippi,
right here.
weighing 470 pounds.
How did you know?
Give it up for the Mississippi Madman.
Alright, here we go. One-on-one action. Some of the card at 01 USA. Stephen Davis will be teaming up with Bear St. Pierre.
I don't know if he might be mad.
He seems very angry. Oh, he's getting the crowd going.
Well, of course. What else would he do? Tell us about yourself real quick.
I'm Stephen's unrelated stepbrother. Just moved back from Wisconsin with my wife and just started getting into wrestling. I love it.
Alright. Stephen Davis, as I mentioned, teaming with Bear St. Pierre. They'll be taking on the Mississippi Madman and Truck Thompson in tag team action. And Stephen Davis just got shoved to the mat by the Mississippi Madman.
Is he wearing knee pads there?
Oh, they're wearing gear. I mean, whatever protective gear they need. And there's probably knee pads embedded in the trunks.
They look like they've been on a team before, but now they're against each other.
Well, just because they're wearing the same colors doesn't mean they've been on a team. As far as I know, they've never teamed. They have never teamed against each other, or with each other.
Which one's Stephen Davis?
I thought we had titles on the bottom of the screen. Who do you think the Madman is?
He's the big guy.
Well, of course.
I'd hate to be wrestling with him. He probably smells funny.
I don't think you want to say that too loudly, because he might get angry.
We don't like that. He doesn't look like a very nice guy. He looks like how much more does he weigh than the other guy?
Well, at least 200 pounds. Oh. And the Madman is going to work on the arm of Stephen Davis. Also on the card, triple threat main event, Oliver Kane will be defending the Midwest X Division title against the Cobra and Dangerous Drew Thomas.
Do they have to sign a form or anything so that in case one of them gets hurt?
Sign a form? Yes, they've had to sign a release form, of course. Well, Stephen Davis, of course, has been active as a wrestler for 15 years, but he was out for an entire year because of a neck injury. He had surgery to correct that problem.
Does the referee ever get hit?
Well, of course he gets hit on occasion. Referees are kind of careless. And, of course,
he looks like he works at Foot Locker.
Seriously?
That's what he looks like to me. You know the guys that sell shoes?
You gotta be kidding me. Just everybody, just because somebody wears stripes doesn't mean they work at Foot Locker. Seriously. And Madman is crunching Stephen Davis in the corner.
That looked like a butt punch.
I'm leaving that alone. Oh, there's a poke to the eye by Stephen Davis. Oh, another punch to the face. Well, he punched him in the head, and he's got a hard head. And that chop, well, just woke him up a little bit.
It looked like he'd hit him in the breast.
That'd be the torso. Stephen Davis gets thrown down to the mat.
Get up, Stephen. Which team are you rooting for?
There's no team here. It's a one-on-one matchup. I don't know. You're really confused. I mean, oh, look at this. Oof! Well, that missed his target very widely. He tried to do it from the bottom rope. He usually does it from the middle rope, but I don't know if the ring can hold. The ring ropes can hold 400 pounds.
These two battled before.
To some extent, yes. Madman appears to have tweaked his knee and is trying to get feeling back in there before he gets back in the ring. And Stephen Davis going to the attack and not letting Madman get back in the ring.
So are those flames on his pants?
I have no idea what that design is. I'd say, I don't know. I have no idea. None.
I believe one of the kids in the audience said, "You suck."
Well, yeah, you probably heard that, yes.
Why would they yell that at these guys?
Well, somebody just does not like Stephen Davis.
So which one's the good guy, which one's the bad guy?
Well, the Mississippi Madman is cheered by all these fans here in Urbana at the Sweet Corn Festival. Stephen Davis, I guess, has not endeared himself too much to the crowd here. And Madman got a hand on the rope, and Stephen Davis has to release the hold. I should have warned the crowd, or the audience listening to this program, that this had the potential of being a train wreck. It was either going to be... No! Our commentary!
I think we're doing good for a first time out.
Perhaps.
I'm too busy watching, I should be reporting. Where does he get his shoes?
They have to order them. They can order them from many different, I guess, websites, or you can't just go out and buy them at a store. You have to go order them from a bootmaker who specializes in wrestling gear. Oh, chop block against the knee, and there's a cover, and there's two.
They look like they're on the same team.
You only think that because the color scheme is the same. I mean, back in the old days, there was only like a couple of colors that wrestlers wore. Black, white, red, or blue. That's it. There wasn't much variety of wrestling gear way back when.
Do we know where these guys are from? Where are they from? Central Illinois?
Well, Stephen Davis is from Southern Illinois. Mississippi Madman is from Olive Branch, Mississippi.
I'm voting for Mississippi Madman in this.
There's a right to the face. Irish whip. Reversal. And the boot is caught. And Stephen Davis spin around. Clothesline.
Looks like they're dancing.
Well, the only reason they'd be dancing is because he's woozy.
Which one are you voting for?
Lot?
My lot!
Whose lot?
Now I'm finna flatten this boy!
Yeah!
Madman measuring. Stephen Davis.
Oh my, that's a lot.
And Madman eats a boot. And Stephen Davis to second rope. Ah, he didn't have anything in mind when he came off the ropes, and there's a double choke slam. 1, 2, 3, and that's it.
Oh boy, my winner won. They win.
Your winner won. You didn't even name who you were rooting for.
I was rooting for him the whole time. The referee won. See, he's got his hand up.
The referee holds the hand up of the winner of the match.
Who's making more money, the winner or the loser?
Well, I would assume the winner would get the bigger share of the purse. I mean, I don't see a reason why the Mississippi Madman would get the loser's share. But Madman is victorious in this one-on-one matchup.
Will these guys play again?
Well, yes, they will be playing again this weekend at 01 USA. They'll be in tag action. Madman, Truck Thompson versus Stephen Davis and Bear St. Pierre. And that's this weekend in Rantoul, Illinois at the Lincoln's Challenge Academy, November the 3rd. Go to z1usa.com for the details on that. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a look at the new MBS 25 for the month of October. Some major changes on the list. Go ahead.
If I was there right now, I'd tell him good game. Good game.
Good game.
Good game. Walk it off. Good game.
Well, you may have noticed that in that top 25 we were missing number 1. As Brandon Espinosa comes down to the ring. And he is, once again, the number 1 wrestler in Central Illinois. He's pretty much dominated the number 1 spot for the course of the year, apart from the last quarter. he bumps out Christian Rose, and here he is. We're now in Rantoul at the Lincoln's Challenge Academy. This will be the venue that 01 USA will be holding its next event, November the 3rd. Brandon Espinosa will be taking on Shank Barzini. Oh, this is a #1 contenders match. The winner of that match, Espinoza versus Barzini, will be taking on whomever comes out in the Midwest X Division title match between the champion, Oliver Kane, versus the Cobra and Dangerous Drew Thomas, as the opponent comes to the ring. Brandon Errands recently returned to action after having to take about a year off due to a spinal cord injury that just crept up on him over time and degenerated, and for quite a long time he was having major trouble getting around.
If I had a spinal cord injury, I don't know if I'd be getting back in this ring.
Well,
he could very easily hurt himself again.
Well, a lot of these wrestlers, they go through a lot of injuries participating in this sport, and they come back because they love it so much. And Drew Thomas, of course, is the referee for this match. He will be wrestling at 01. He will be wrestling this weekend.
Where's that at again this weekend?
Lincoln's Challenge Academy in Rantoul, Illinois.
That has got to be a razor blade on his shorts.
That is a picture of a razor blade. That's exactly what it is. And the referee finally calls for a bell. And here we go, one-on-one action. Blake Harkadirch will also be taking on Doomsday in a one-on-one match.
Let's see some blood.
No, we're not going to have blood. These two men, of course, were former tag team partners. But they were known as...
now they're rivals?
Oh yes, they're rivals. They were formerly known as Babe Watch. Well, they watch babes. What do you think?
I love that name. It reminds me of me.
Brandon Espinosa, of course, more recently... Oh wait, he's got the mic.
And is this the same ref from the first fight?
No. I told you his name.
I missed it. Totally missed it. I was too busy looking at the guy's razor blade. Oh.
Brandon Espinosa not endearing himself to the cadets here at Lincoln's Challenge. The cadets here at Lincoln's Challenge are a loud and ruckus bunch, as they always are. Every time there's a wrestling show come to Rantoul, they are... This crowd is one of the loudest in Central Illinois.
How many people are we talking about in this crowd?
There's at least a few hundred. Not one of the bigger crowds because this event was scheduled in pretty short notice. I have not talked enough about Dreamwave. Dreamwave will be holding its event, Survival of the Fittest, in LaSalle, Peru, at the Knights of Columbus Hall. A lot of Survivor Series themed matches on that card. Also want to mention Classic Wrestling Federation will be running at the West Virgo Community Center in West Terre Haute, Indiana on November the 3rd. Oh, there's a punch to the face! And Espy just locks in the headlock, shoots him off, shoulder block. Dreamwave Wrestling, special guest, November the 3rd in LaSalle, Peru, is the one Billy Gunn, formerly part of the New Age Outlaws and Degeneration X, as Brandon Espinosa taken down by a shoulder block. Brandon Errands, drop kick to the face.
Okay, this is it right here.
No, that's not it. That's only a 1 count.
Would have been a short round there. What round are we on? 2?
There's no rounds. It's one fall to a finish. See, you don't know.
I do not know.
How many wrestling shows have you ever attended?
This is my second one.
The second. Well, you're not counting this as a wrestling event you've attended.
I've seen Hulk Hogan.
You've seen Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
So you've seen one WWE event in your childhood and then one WWE event recently.
Yeah, that was good. I had a really good time.
Brandon Espinosa arguing with members of the crowd, and Brandon Errands tired of waiting, and
They're chasing each other.
And, tried to sucker him, but it didn't work. Espinoza hurt his own elbow, and Aaron splashes him in the corner. Irish whip. Aaron charges! Tossed over the top, lands on the apron. Eats a knee. Aaron's to the top rope. Takes him down with a flying clothesline, too. Not quite going to put this guy away very easily. He's in the PWI 500, and of course he's the #1 wrestler in Central Illinois again as a backbreaker.
And he just had surgery.
I don't think he had surgery. Well, maybe he did. I'm not sure.
That's what you said.
He had rehab, certainly rehab.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. You do not get up from something like that. Oh, in the back again!
Yes, he's got that injured back, but
he's taking full advantage of it, obviously.
There's a choke on the middle rope, and Espinoza off the ropes sits on him.
He seems to be the enemy. Anybody that wears a switchblade on your backside, enemy.
A switchblade doesn't look like a razor blade. It's a regular knife. A sharp knife.
I think this is going to be one of your best shows.
Or the biggest train wreck in the history of the nosebleed seats.
I think we should try it once.
Well, Brandon Espinosa taking advantage, or has the advantage on Brandon Errands, but when he faces Shank Barzini, he's going to wish that he was fighting Brandon Errands again, because Shank Barzini is a very hard-hitting, fearsome individual that loves to dish out punishment.
Kick him right there. Kick him right there. While he's not looking, he's being mouthy.
Yeah, but Brandon Errands is a little banged up to be jumping up and resuming, or at least retaliating. I mean, he's got him worn down. Brandon Espinosa has Errands worn down a bit.
Kick your foot once for yes and twice for no.
Well, there's an elbow to the gut, and Errands send for a ride. Irish whip. Oh, boot to the face. He put his head down, but Errands responds with a drop kick. Side elbow. And a neck breaker. And there's cover. 2.
And this is for the title, right?
There's no title. What title is on the line? There's no title on the line. You would know if a title was on the line if one of these guys brought a belt to the ring. What a vicious backbreaker.
He needs to be easier on the back, because he could really hurt the guy.
Well, he kicked out at 2.
Well, that's good. That means he's still in the game. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm on the edge of my couch.
Well, and Espinosa is just waiting for Errands to get back on his feet, as slow as he's going. Side suplex. And more damage to that injured back. He suffered damage to 50% of his spinal column when he was originally diagnosed, and had to take a year off to rehabilitate his back and at least come back to some extent.
How many other fights were going on this night?
We only have a half an hour. I mean, This is a half-hour show. We really only fit about 2 matches a week, unless they're very short. See, this is the first time this gentleman, Ed Hinkle, has been in the broadcast booth, and he desperately wanted to do the show for some reason.
I think this is good. I think your fans should decide whether or not I come back.
Oh! And Espinoza catches a knee to the nether regions. Oh, but he's still kicked out. Oh, he ran into a clothesline. Edward, yes, he's only seen one episode of my show, but the simple fact that I even had a time slot at all, he wanted to appear on the show.
So if people love the show, how do they reach out and say, great show? How do they reach out to you?
Well, they would go to the website and send an email.
Okay, what's the website?
Well, CentralIllinoisProWrestling.com. Of course, we also have Facebook. Facebook.com/Central Illinois Pro Wrestling.
Which I will be a friend of before the end of the night.
Well, not just be a friend, you have to market an interest because of Facebook's changing policies and their silly nonsense with promoted posts at $7 a pop. Oh, shining wizard to the back of the head. And there's the cover. 1, 2, and hand on the rope. Espinoza got a hand on the rope, and that breaks up the count. Have to pin him away from the ropes.
See, look, he's holding his back. Obviously, he's hurt.
There's a forearm shot. Irish whip to the corner. Espinoza gets caught. Fireman's carry. Going into a Death Valley driver across the knee.
Come on.
Back of the neck. 2 count.
Which one are we voting for?
Which one are you voting for? The guy in the blue or the guy in the black?
Blue, because he's the underdog, for sure.
Well, there you go. And Espinoza down on the mat, and Brandon Errands going up top.
All the way up there. Oh boy, that's not.
And nobody home. Espinoza sidesteps Brandon Errands, and it looks like he's going to go for the kill. He's got a sleeper hold, but Errands breaks it up. Backing into the corner. Oh, SB sidesteps him again. Errands was playing possum. Goes up. Sunset flip. Oh, he hooks the ropes. He hooks the ropes. Ow.
Oh, what a close game.
Espinoza cheats by grabbing the bottom rope for extra leverage. And he wins in 11 minutes, 10 seconds. Goes into 0-1 this weekend against Shank Barzini.
Rematch.
You want a rematch? But we don't have time for a rematch. We're out of time. And for all the latest information, and since we were talking with each other far more than plugging the weekend events, go to the St. Louis wrestling community at stlwrestling.livejournal.com. We're going to have Edward back in the booth again next week. This is Mac Silver Crime Fighter. We'll see ya.
See ya.
Head on out to 01 USA in Rantoul, Illinois, right here at this very venue. Links to Challenge, Academy Gym, Rantoul, November 3rd.